Bakpasako, the Director of Media and External Relations of the National Electoral Commission here. We are at the NEC Data Center, wherein we have representatives of both the APC and the SLP. You are here as
representing the All People's Congress at the discussions with the National Electoral Commission on issues around the ICT tallying system and the information technology infrastructure that's being used for the elections.
What are you as a party concerned about?
Well, there are so many discrepancies, so many issues, so many irregularities. But most of all, we are concerned at the ICT system. And why we are here today, so all the diplomats were here, the American ambassador was here, the British High Commissioner was here, the EU rep was here, everybody was here, was because as political parties, we asked for us to test the integrity of the ICT system. And why we want to test the integrity of the ICT system is because we've picked up so many errors, unacceptable errors, that we cannot move forward with until we get these errors solved. And that's why we are here.
And what are they?
Well, for example, there is overvoting, massive overvoting, that we are not picked up by the National Electoral Commission. Massive overvoting. Up to 991% in many places. Up to 500% in many places, 991% in some places. So because of that, we are here to have a dialogue and try to get to understand what is really happening.
So can you give us some examples of some of these overvoting issues you identified, in what areas precisely?
Well, they have, it depends. See, the other problem again we had is, as you heard, you were there in the hall when we brought out the fact that the data that is on the NEC website, and this is key, the data that is on the NEC website that the general public, the whole wide world is working with, is different from the data that the chairman of NEC is working with. See, the other problem again we had is, as you heard, you were there in the hall when we brought out the fact that the data that is on the NEC website, and this is key, the data that is on the NEC website that the general public, the whole wide world is working with, is different from the data that the chairman of NEC is working with. See, the other problem again we had is, as you heard, you were there in the hall when we brought out the fact that the data that is on the NEC website, and this is key, the data that is on the NEC website that the general public, the whole wide world is working with, is different from the data that the chairman of NEC is working with. And because of that disparity, you now find out that you have 1,064 centers with overvoting nationwide, when you go with the data that the chairman is working with, and then you have 400 overvoting centers when you go with the data on the NEC website. So you see the issues, very technical, very technical, and a huge cause for concern. How could this happen? This is supposed to be a very sophisticated system, and that's why we are here, to get to the bottom of these issues.
And moving forward, how do you want NEC to resolve some of these issues?
Well, we've given them up to 24 hours. They say by tomorrow they'll be coming back to us and they will come up with answers. How could this happen? So we're hopeful by tomorrow, Saturday, we'll get some answers.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I'm Jacob. This is Safa, Chief Elections Management Committee of the SLP.
Why are you here?
Well, we're here to seek clarifications on the IT systems, on data processing and IT systems at the Electoral Commission. We are here on the invitation of NEC and the Political Party Liaison Committee meeting. We will give question about the way the system works. So to allay our fears, we were invited. Participating political parties, we were invited to come and raise some questions. And I must say on behalf of the Son of the People's Party that we really do appreciate the effort of to encourage this engagement. This was not what we experienced in 2007. It was not what we experienced in 2012. In 2007 and 2012, when these issues were raised either in writing or verbally, no responses were given. We never had this opportunity to come to the Tare Center before elections and seek such clarification. So some of the concerns, as I said, at the first round of elections, some of the concerns we had raised in the letter. And one of it was the case of the supplementary register. In their response, they said supplementary register will now be part of the T-bags. You know, before now they did them. We also have concerns about blank RF forms, not the serial numbers, the accepted that, then they decided to correct them. The argument was that we agreed on some of these policies much later. I remember elections are guided by the Constitution, Public Elections Act, and procedures. But after the procedures manual was out, we engaged them, and they saw reason that some of the issues we are raising, they are in place, they are very much consistent. So in the interest of getting transparency, to making the process transparent, they accepted it, and we all agreed at the BPLC meeting. But what went wrong?
And when you talk about data center, we are talking about the issue of managing elections results. Before coming to data center, we've had concerns from these two political parties. One was of opinion that we should do a forensic audit, whilst the other was talking about technical audit. So what the commission did is to invite both parties and their representatives, including their ICT officials, people who are technologically savvy, to come to the data center. We go around, or rather on a conducted tour, for them to go through the results tallying process. So the rationale for the reason that we are here is for these two political parties to, one, have knowledge about the process with regards to the issue of elections results tallying systems, and secondly, to have a feel of the process. Thirdly, to ask as much questions as possible, and finally, to get the required answers from the commission.